Salam, salam. Today our lecture regarding the Ayat Al-Kursi. So all these religious leaders, they are discussing about this Kursi, that Allah is sitting on the Kursi, and if you will decide after Kursi, blessing will come, millions of dollars you will get. So these religious people or the Imam or the people who are coming on the YouTube. So they make, wonderful, astonishing statement about this Ayat Al-Kursi. And it is because of our translators, they have done the injustice with this verse. So instead of understanding it, so they use it for the, paradise, for Allah will be happy by reciting it day and night. And if you recite it, all the disease will finish. So many things there. So my one friend, he requested me from California that you should give this lecture. So that is the reason I prepared today. Oh, lecture 107, does Ayatul Kursi mean Allah sits on a chair? A Quranic perspective. So as usual, I will give first Islamic perspective, our priesthood, or the clergyman, or the long translation. I will give you that, and then I will compare. I'll give my translation, so you can compare it by using your God-gifted reasoning, understanding, examination, analysis. Don't accept anything without thinking, without reason. Islamic priesthood and Quranic translators believe about Allah's chair. So they believe this. Sunni prophetic hadith state that Allah's throne is above the roof of Al-Firdaus. So Al-Firdaus doesn't mean that that there is Jannah, you know, in the high heaven there is a Jannah that is known as Al-Firdaus. No. Al-Firdaus, in the Arabic language, there are three words for the garden. Hadika, that park where there is no tree, where there is no fruit tree, only the tree which is not giving the fruit. Then Jannah. Jannah the Quran has used for the vegetable, for the trees which are giving you fruits. So any place which is covered by the greeny, that is known as Jannah. And then Quran used another word al-Fardos. Al-Fardos means that garden which has walls around the garden. That is known as al-Fardos. There is no al-Fardos Jannah that which is in the highest level of paradise. They are all its fabrication. They are giving you fairy tales. So Allah, the highest level of paradise. There is no paradise. You have to make your earth as a paradise. This beautiful planet where God's closest and most beloved servant will dwell in the hereafter. There is no hereafter. So all this is appropriate. Sunni scholars of hadith have also stated that Muhammad said the Lord for reciting al-Kursi after every prayer in paradise, and that reciting it provides protection from the devil. Again, there is no praying. And who are the devils? These religious leaders are devils. These Islamic scholars are devils. These translators of the Quran, they are devils. They did corruption in the translation. And all these, our Imam or our Sufi or our religious leaders, they did injustice with the Quran. They corrupted the education of the Quran. They are devils. So, Islamic priesthood characteristics of the Allah's chair, they have given following characteristics of the chair. Its breadth has been described as a covering the seven heavens like a ring in a desert in relation to the Kursi. Now, who know those heavens? Because after 20 miles there is no air. How you can breathe? It's a vacuum. It's a space. So they mesmerize your mind. You should be in confusion. They want to keep you in confusion and stress so that their business of collecting the money in the form of donation and zakat should be continued. Or the footstool of Allah. So they're saying it's a seven heavens like a ring in a desert. Where is this? What is the diameter of this heaven? Okay. Likewise, the Kursi is described as like a ring in a desert in relation to the throne. It has relation. On this throne, this Kursi is over here. The throne is considered the highest of all creation above the seven heavens. Why not it is eight? What is nine? What is scientists have proved there is a billions of galaxies, billions of even trillions of galaxies, and they are talking seven. They have seven circulation around the Kaaba. They have seven, you know, circulation are traveling some Safa Marwa. This is a problem. And it and is described as above roof of Al Firdaus, the highest level of paradise. It signifies Allah's supreme authority and sovereignty over the universe. This is another meaning. The Kursi is described as the vast with its breadth covering the seven like a ring in a already the same thing I have been. Now let me go to Hadith. Hadith provide framework for understanding Allah's sovereignty with the thought serving as a symbol of his supreme status, and Kursi representing his dominion over all creation. So this is, I have given the gist of the hadith. Now let me check from the Quranic point of view. Quranic explanation of Kursi. It is a nominative masculine noun with a third person masculine singular possessive pronoun. Its roots are kaf, re, sin. It signified he put it together, one part another, one part another, layer by layer. It also means he founded it, namely a building. It's a resting place. Kursi means. Akrasatul al-Dar, the house had in it compact dung and urine of a camel or of a sheep or a goat, or a compacted cake of dung and urine of a camel or a sheep or a goat. Where there is a camel and there's a goat or sheep, so their dung, their urine, it becomes the form of compact. That cake, like a cake. So that is non-Kursi. And all the our mufti or our religious leader, our sheikh al-hadith or our all they are giving you this down. They don't know what they are doing. Kursi, a throne, a chair, or a power or knowledge, or a learned man. There's also meaning of kursi. Now let me check that where Quran is because my yardstick to make the translation of the Quran is a translation of the words of the Quran. I use the yardstick of the Quran to translate every verse. The Quran uses this term in 38-34 to refer to a chair or authority in relation to Sulaiman, and they made it king. He was not a king. Bible, go check what the insult they are doing. In our hadith, it is written that Sulaiman had 600 wives. He had nothing to do anything else. And once he went to his wife for sleeping, he did not pronounce Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Because of that deficiency, the son he got, he was a handicapped son. This is written in your hadith book in literature of the Islamic priesthood. Sulaiman offering fresh clarity compared to the classical and contemporary translation of the meaning of the Kursi. What they have given you, let me see the Quran. Fresh mind, fresh thing is given. وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّا سُلَيْمَانَ وَأَلْقَيْنَا عَلَى كُرْسِيَ جَسْدًا سُمَّانًا. And we did try Sulaiman. We placed on his throne a body. Look at the translation. We placed on his throne a body without life, but he did turn to us in a true devotion. Who will understand this? So the possible right translation, and certainly it was a trial or affliction and a distress for the Suleiman from our end. This fatana, when you have a gold, you put the gold in the furnace, so it will clear, it will purify copper, brass, and gold separate. That is known as fatana. Trial. Or when you are extracting this butter from the milk, that is also known as fatana. So when we assign him a fossil kind of structure of government authority, so what Quranic tradition did, there was a society, there was a big problem. So that structure of the government like a fossil, they are human being, but they are a human animal. All over 57 countries, they are living fossils. No result, no creation, no invention. Yes, they are busy in different kind of worshipping. Umrah, Hajj, you know. So Quranic tradition assigned Suleiman, the representative of the Quranic tradition, a form of government. They sent him over there. That government was almost dead, just like Pakistan, apostle, Saudi Arabia apostle, yes, Afghanistan, they're all apostle. Then he brought it from the non-compliance to compliance. So he put the new life in that. So living fossil, he put the new life. This is the meaning of this. So does Kursi mean here authority? We give him authority and he changed everything. by using his knowledge, by using his authority, by using his wisdom. So this is the meaning. Let us dwell into the subject of the Kursi, the footstool of Allah, and explore what it truly represents in the Quranic teaching. So this is a verse about which mysterious stories, treatment of the cancer, treatment of the all kind of disease, and recite in your house, devil will not come, jinn will not come. So, lexiconic analysis of the phrase Allah. First of all, again, I explained it two, three times, let me give it again. The term or phrase Allah, it's another word, it's a phrase, has come in Quran 2069 times. Therefore, Allah does not stand for Muslim God or other 4,000 religions. So this Allah does not mean God or what we are thinking. The term Allah is not a proper noun. It is a phrase, a combination of 7 consonants. Aleph, 7 alphabetic, 7 consonants. Alf, Lam, then Aleph, then Aleph, then Lam, here's the Lam. Lam and Lam and Ha. So these are the 7 words over there. Lam, Alif, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aleph without, you know, any zeros available. So that is the 7th one. Okay. So the shadda over the second lam, it means that there are 2 lams. This is shadda over here. It's a 2 lam. Aleph, Allah, abbreviation of 1, and then lam 2, 3, and then there is again madda. Similarly, the madda over the shadda means there are 2 alfs. So this is Allah 1, and then 2 lam, and then 2 alf, 6, and then ha. Second, yeah. Shadda 12, then the la, alaf goes to the first lam, thereby making word la. This lam and first alif become la. No. The second alif goes to before the second lam, that is Allah. Allah. The last lam combines with ha to make lahu. So the word aleph will translate below or like this: aleph, lam, al, and lahu. Aleph for Allahi, la means no, Allah, this is Allah, la. And lahu means lahu, whom should be worshipped. So first aleph without any vowels like fatha, kasra, and dhamma is the abbreviation of the term Allah. This is the term Allah. Allah Jina, Allah Ti. This is wherever there is no shadda, no fatha, kasra, and dhamma, that word is, that is the abbreviation of Allah. This is, I'm not from myself. Lexicon of Arabic language, look over there. A grammar of the Arabic language, William Wright revised third edition, Drove edition 2005, volume 1, page 269. Check it over there. Now the second word law, which is lam and al, means no. The third word al is read with lahu. because of the Shadda as per the Arabic grammar rules. So Ilahu means he was not he who was he who does not or worship or adore. This is Allah. Then or it's another meaning around, he become confused or perplexed and unable to see his right course because of worshipping or any other evil desire. Worshipping will not give you any guidance. It closes your mind. The third meaning, he becomes vehemently impatient or he has a vehement grief or agitation. All these diseases or the virus when you have, so you cannot think properly. You are in a confusion, perplexity, and it signifies deity, worship, object, and guiding force. Allah. This is also. So now, Allah is the scale of pardon, signifies action done multiple times with intensity, severity, vigorously, and strongly. So every person is doing again and again. So the meaning of Allah in the view of the analysis conducted above is the one who does not engage in worshipping, the one who is not or does not become severely perplexed or unable to see the right path, the one who does not become impatient because of vehement grief and agitation. Allow, yeah, allow. He was or become confounded, perplexed, and unable to see the right path. Allow Allah falan. He was or become vehemently impatient or affected with vehement grief, or he manifested vehement grief and agitation on account of such one. Allow alayya, the book. He betook himself to him by reason of fright or fear, seeking protection or sought or asked aid or succor of him. He had recourse or betook himself or him for refuge, protection, or preservation. So these are the meaning of it. It is not for Allah, it is for us. We don't know where is Allah. The Quran talking about us more than 2000 times it has come. It is our Quran talking about us. We are the Allah. Allah, he made him or took him as a slave or slave himself. Do you think God is slave any person, Allah is slave? No. Person, a man can be slave. There are a million times of slavery we have. Marahu, an object of worshipping or we are worshipping. We are worshipping Allah, we are worshipping shrine, we are worshipping leadership, we are worshipping movie, these actors, we are worshipping brand. Now, the Quranic concept of God or Allah. The Quran does not engage in a futile discussion among religious scholars or in debates between atheists regarding the existence of or non-existence of God. Such discussions are considered a waste of time and energy, according to the Quran. So then what is Allah? Look, the Quran does not support the belief in one God, as held by Jews and Muslims. Or the 99 names of Allah, a concept of Muslim given by Zoroastrian Abu Huraira has given this, the father of the cat. He was a Zoroastrian. Imam Bukhari was Zoroastrian. And all these six writers of hadith, Sahasita, they are all Zoroastrian. They were from Iran. So in verse 6102, the Quran includes the word Rabbakum alongside Zalakum Allah. With Allah, the Quran brings the word Rabbakum, which means your nurturer, sustainer, or cherisher. Any person give the sustenance, nurture of his companion or of his society, he is a Rabbakum. Like Allah, he is a life giver, lawgiver. So Allahkum, lawgiver, Rabbakum, after that, word the nourishment, Rabbi, Rabbi. The goat is known Rabbi because she gives the nourishment, give us nourishment. So this is what Quran is giving, that it is not Allah, Quran talking about Allah, it is our problem. If any person give you a job and he make resources for you, for your nourishment, he is your Rabb. Or any person who is giving you knowledge, he is your Rabb. The Jew, they is called Rabbi. And the Rabbi is also Quran has used for the brother, the eldest brother. Because after the death of his father, he take care about their sister, brother, and mother. Now, let me explain you. ذلكم الله ربكم لا إله إلا هو خلق كل شيء فاعبدوه وهو على كل شيء وكيل. That is your lawgiver, Allah. Any person who is making law for the betterment of the society is Allah. The person who made the bulb, he make a great contribution. He has given you law after his research that you can ignite the bulb or light the bulb like this. Or Allah, which can refer to any person or leader who does not engage in worshipping. Any person who engage himself or herself in the worshipping, he is outcasted from the Quran. Or you can say non-believer. Your cherisher, any person or leader who can also be your cherisher. There is no law. Then he will give you the law. Okay, if you follow these laws, you become cherisher, nourishment you will get. So follow him. Accept him or his law. Because he discovered this law. Or he made that law through which there is a prosperity, there is a happiness. Allah, his law. He fashioned the mayors, manners, or principle, the act of miring, cutting, grinding, smoothing, determining proportion, ensuring uniformity in volume, weight, and other parameters, including social measures and values, bringing things into existence according to specific proportion and making them equal, uniform to the khalaqah. This is the meaning of khalaqah. In your mind, you first begin. Look, do you think this aircraft or this so many discovery Allah made? No, we made it. It's not fact, we made it. This is because of harakah, because of your vision. And after your vision, then you have to go this manners, measures, the laws are there. Then you include cutting, grinding, smoothing, determining, pushing, ensuring uniformity here. Look, when they made the aircraft, it has passed through all these stages. This is a halakha. It does not mean creation. The creation is given by this concept of creation of halakha is given by this Bible. And our translators they use creation. And they Quran does not, say there is any creation. The Quran says mayas. And all over the universe, there are mayas, manners, weight, by volume, all these parameters. Similar parameters the Quran has given for the economy, for the justice, for the social system in the Quran. So this is the meaning of khalaqa. Or everything, or every affair, kulla shay. Affair, shay does not mean only material. Shay also means what you perceive in your mind, what you think in your mind. That is also shay. Actually, from your thinking, from your will, the thing started. You want to make new things and you start on it. Therefore, make use of your potential, potential capabilities, innate abilities, and resources to establish this peaceful system. And there, Babadu, worship God. This is not a Babadu. Babadu, use your intellectual level, your energies, your innate capability. That is Babada. Look, when the Western countries they made the atom bomb or aircraft or so many thousands of inventions, this is the meaning they use their innate capabilities. It does not mean they worship. This is the meaning of Abada. And he is the administrator for every affair, governing everything with his judgment and the authority of his law. Wa'ala kulla shayin wakil. Wakil means advocator, lawyer. He will discuss this is a law. This is negative, this is a positive. You have to follow this law in making aircraft. So all these people use their innate capabilities or natural abilities, so they created this. So you have to listen then. Who made the fridge? They give you all the instruction. Any medicine they discover, they give you all the instruction. This is the meaning of Wa'ala kulla shayin wakil. They have developed it, so they have the full control. Similar, our spiritual authority has a complete control. So we have control in that aspect where we discover or we made any new thing. So this is the meaning of this verse. Allah does not mean that Allah is sitting in the Kursi or He is sitting over there. No, it is your Quran is saying about you, about the humanity. However, Muslim scholars have translated the term Allah as a God. Muslims borrow this belief in one God from Judaism and 99 names from Zoroastrian. But Quran does not accept. From 2.5 billion Muslims, 99.999% they don't know how many alphabetic. They don't know what is the meaning of Allah. It's a phrase, it's not a word. Now, according to the theologists, the word Allah has roots in the Semitic language and it is mentioned in the Quran more than 2000 times. It does not refer to God, but to people. It's your story Quran is giving. Allah is beyond our perception, conception. We cannot see that. But they made the God to take from you money, to make you slave, to block your mind, to block your activity. Foreign ways. It inhabits, it does not refer to God, but to people, and condemns all forms of worshipping. There is no worshipping in the Quran. And this 2.5 billion people, they are worshipping everywhere. They are Ramadan in the street of London, in the mosque. wherever it's all business. They block your mind. Just keep you like an animal, eating, cheating. That they're doing. So any form of adoration or worship is dangerous. It's a Quran. As it harms, how it is dangerous? It harms humanity in the following way. It inhibits the ability to hear and understand. When you start worshipping, your five senses are closed. If you are Shia, you will not listen anything except Shia. Say, it is an injustice, sheer injustice with nature laws of Allah, the laws which have been given by the supreme authority. You are not taking the benefit. You become dumb. But having observation, then you stop observation. Perception and critical examination. These are the good virtues, priceless things which our supreme authority has given in the form of mind. Use it. But we have divorced the examination. We have divorced the critical examination. We have divorced the reasoning because we are worshipping, we are Muslim. It places layer upon layer of darkness. So many. Imam Sadiq did this. Hazrat Ali did this. Abu Bakr did this. Usman did this. Layer upon layer. Millions of hadiths. Layer upon layer on your mind. Diminishing critical thinking. And then you stop thinking. You are then living fossil, dead. And where is cognitive faculty? You don't use that. So it divides, moreover, it divides humanity in the name of God. Shia God is different, Sunni God is different, Jewish God is different, Christian God is different, Hinduism. So there are 10,000, religions. They have 10,000 gods. It gives us the parasitic organization that exploit the plight of the poor and poor under the guise of God, mercy and compassion. Mercy. All the religions are doing that. Essentially collecting funds in the name of the improvement. So non-religious nations such as China tend to become more prosperous, while religious-oriented nations often fall into economic servitude to these nations. Look, all the Muslim leaders, all the Muslim countries, they are economically in slavery for China. He is a non-believer, according to their. According to the Quran, economic slavery is the worst form of humiliation and degradation for humanity, as it strips individual nations and countries of their self-respect. And then they borrow the money, then go to the bank, and all these mosque people, all these religious people, they are asking for zakat, patrana. So they don't have any self-respect. They are eating this, they are there, so money, free money they are getting. All these churches or all the religions, they are very rich. The money come from the poor people. So belief in Allah has a negative effect on the human conscience and mind. So this is the Quran, explain you that if you believe in Allah and believe means without using your um, intellectual or wisdom, innate wisdom, if that is gone, finished. So believe or faith in Allah or God foster ignorance, stupidity, mental blindness, division, distraction, fear, uncertainty, lack of knowledge, immorality, apathy, emotional deception, and ultimately paralyzes the society. Thus, all these diseases we have, and 57 countries, their societies have been paralyzed. They don't have the determination or the power to stand up. This is because of their belief of Allah. Religious scholars and interpretation of the Quran use the term fear of Allah to control you. It's a good weapon, it's a good tool to suppress the ability to think and to create uncertainty in the minds of simple and innocent Muslims. This is they are doing. Liberate yourself. Instead of believing in Allah, you research the laws which have been given supreme authority. These laws are immutable laws. However, the Quran refers to God as the supreme intelligent authority or the supreme lawgiver. Look, billions of laws. Water will boil on 100. No person can change it. It will not boil on 99. This is the immutable law. And this is your supreme intelligent authority. They are over here. Electricity has negative and positive. Nobody can change it. That Allah is your. Don't worship Allah. Just make the research on His laws and then use this law, the benefit of these laws for the peace and prosperity in the society. This is the believing of Allah. Not worshipping or praying or going to shrines or Kaaba or Safa and Marwa and what the hell you are doing. Therefore, from the above mentioned discussion, believing in God signifies becoming your own Allah. You become your own Allah or God or become God-like. But look, this supreme authority, the laws over there, everything is in abundance. It is we are responsible. We have created this hell over here by controlling the economy in the hand of few people. Becoming your own Allah or God, or becoming God-like by using one's reasoning and inner potential and unlimited thinking power that supreme intelligent authority has gifted you. You have a unlimited thinking. Just sit down, think. What is the precious thing you have? The mind. You have sovereignty. You are independent. You are not a slave of Allah. You are not a slave of all these religious, political people. For this purpose, you should research the laws of the supreme authority, and whatever benefits you earn should be applied to remove evil, corruption, and inequality in society, regardless of race, religion, color, or gender. And first of all, when you become a Muslim, you have isolated yourself from the other, which Quran does not say. Quran says Muslim is that person who remove the evil and corruption or bad thing from the society, whether it is a Hindu, whether it is a Jew, whether it is a Israeli, whether it is a Pakistani, whether it is a Sunni, Shia, or Catholic, it does not matter. He is a Muslim. Muslim means to bring the society in peace and prosperity condition. The universal definition of Quran is here. A recent example of this kind of belief in God or Allah can be seen in the nation of non-believer China. Look where they are going. The Chinese leadership and people study the laws of supreme authority and strive day and night. As a result of this, nation has become a global superpower. According to the Quran, this is a great reward for them from the supreme intelligent lawgiver. They did. They said the laws. They left behind America. They left behind all the nations, working day and night. So therefore, believe in God signifies someone who does not engage in worshipping. We are doing worshipping. This is the problem we have. China does not do worshipping. Scandinavian countries, they are also prosperous. They don't do worshipping. So having faith in God means being someone who does not become impatient due to lack of trust in oneself, which would otherwise lead to intense grief and agitation. So you should constantly thinking, don't go in negative way. To develop supreme authority, noble natural attributes such as the nobility, beauty, generosity, justice, free thinking, and countless of the genuine qualities within one personality is what truly signifies belief in Allah or God. Look in this cosmos, in this planet, there is everything beautiful, balanced, generosity. You sow one seed in the earth, you get 100. See. So this is abundance. So attribute these personality, these attribution, develop these attribution in your personality. This is the meaning of Allah. A person who engage in the worship of Allah through supplication, Hajj, Umrah, and following other religion rituals and customs is in fact a non-believer in Allah. By promoting belief in God, Allah, the God, the religious establishment uses it as a tool to control people through the concept of original sin. That is why they are going to Umrah, Hajj to make their meter zero. And then after that, 5 times prayer. Original sin and religious morality. They claim that the religious bring the morality. It's totally wrong. In Pakistan and all other Islamic look the immoral situation. They want 4 wives. Immoral. They are the homosexuality in all the madrasa in Pakistan. They are characterless people. Obedience to God in this framework means obedience to them. So they use the God. All our this Sufism it depend upon that we are the middleman. Obey us. That is why people go to Dada Sahab and other Sharan, they bow themselves, uh, they bow their head to them. If you do not follow them, you are considered an outsider or murtad or atheist or agnostic. And at its core discussion, unveiled traces of the supreme authority manifesting through your personality. So this you should do. All the check the laws. By your own supreme intelligent authority or someone, you are a sovereign person. You have a choice. Or autonomous of your personality or self and think like a supreme intelligent authority with sovereignty. You make your decision. Use your mind. Don't depressed, going to don't listen to any person. If any information come to you, so Quran said, ponder upon that. Use your senses. If they say you why you are not praying, you will ask them where it is in the Quran it is written 5 times prayer. Where it is in the Quran Azan. Where it is in the Quran Atayat. All their worshippings is based on non-Quranic rules. So this is what it ultimately give you peace in society. This is the reason. The religion has created a chaos hell in the society. And then Quran says the Quran also presents an entirely different viewpoint regarding the presence of lawgiver throughout the cosmos. وَنَعْمُ وَقَلْبُ لَهِمْ حَبْلٌ الْوَرِيدٌ. We are closer to every human being through our immutable intelligent laws, as compared to his jugular vein or the pulse vein through which life flows. Look, oxygen you are getting, your pulse is moving. It's a law. And the same government which take care about you, give you life, that is also you're very near to you, like Allah's law. Our government should be like, take care about us by using DNA, physical, chemical, and biological laws. You are being controlled. DNA contains the instruction needed for an organism to develop, survive, and reproduce within human. To carry out these functions, DNA sequences must be converted into messages that can be used to produce proteins, which are the complex molecule responsible for most of the work in our body. So this is supreme intelligence, authority and control, and its laws are immutable. Immutable laws. But this sun is also playing an important part to make a connection between us. And then Quran in verse 37, 159 and 3780, the Quran declares that supreme authority is entirely beyond human thought, perception, and imagination. However, his personality can be recognized through the study of the natural, immutable, and intelligent laws by which the entire universe is governed. So this you don't bother about worshiping God. You bother about His laws. Supreme authority. Subhana Rabbuka Rabbul Izzat Tamam Supreme. Declare that your supreme Rabb or the supreme authority, nurture or cherisher, is free from every imperfection, impurity, or any derogatory or evil thing. Subhana Rabbuka. Book is lost. Fire will always give you heat. It will never impossible. The temperature will go zero and it will not become ice. Impossible. This is your life. What you are thinking about? Think about these laws. Why you are worshipping? You don't know where is Allah. I went 2 times in Kaaba in this cubic building. I couldn't find Allah there. In all these mosques, there is no Allah. They made Allah for you because they become Allah over there. You are Allah. And they are cruel. If they become Allah, which has a which give you nourishment, encouragement, wisdom, okay, we will consider them Allah, but they are working for themselves. They are minting money from them by using the name of Allah. He is the honorable and lofty nurture, Rabbul Izzat. But the fruits, the greens, the weather, the flower, look, you cannot count. He is a nurture. Whatever they perceive about his statures or attributes such as worshipping him, he is beyond what they describe in their worship. He is beyond what they say that Allah is in the Khana Kaaba. Or when you pray, Allah will listen. He is beyond all these things. He has nothing to do that. Allah means who does not involve himself or herself in the worshipping. And then again in verse 574, what Quran says, Huwa ma'akum aina kuntum. And he is the supreme authority or lawgiver is with you wherever you are. If you are one, then his law is second. If you are two, his law is third. If you are four, his law is five. How? Look, the neurons In every human brain have a resting membrane, potential of roughly 70 millivolts. It's in the brain. A volt is equal to, the electricity volt, 0.001 volts. This means that the membrane of this cell is electrically charged with the help of sun, with a differential distribution of electric charges on the outside compared to the inside of the membrane. That is why he is everywhere with you. This supreme authority, intelligent authority, everywhere with you. It is not a believing of Allah. For example, when you drive, you are the Allah or the supreme authority of your vehicle. It all depends on you. Do you think Allah interfere? No. Bush killed in buildings thousands of people. Did Allah interfere? No. He never interfered. So there is no interference from Allah, supreme authority during your driving, and you are solely responsible for driving yourself to your destination safely, provided you observe the laws of driving. Simple, very simple. In every field, you are the Allah. You are responsible. In verse 39-62, the Quran explains this hard reality in a beautiful and refreshing way. Allahu khalaqahu kulla shay wa huwa ala kulli shay'in wakeel. The one who does not engage in worship, or the one who does not become severely perplexed or unable to see the right path, or the one who does not become impatient because of vehement grief and agitation, the fashioner. And this, you know, Allah is talking about you. The fashioner, you are the fashioner. Or winner, you have the win. You are making this law. Look, this fashion show, there's the fashioner sitting behind. All the girls come and walk on the in the in the in the walk in the show. The place where they are doing that. All Mayer's values. The fashioner, he gave them everything. You have to do this, you have to do that. Khalaqa does not mean creation. It means Mayer's principle, values, by weight, by volume. And he is the exclusive advocate and disposer of all affairs. Look, in the fashion show, the person sitting behind who manages it, he is controlling everything. Same thing is alive. He is the fashioner. He is the maker of all these, laws. So that is why he expects from you. But he never interferes because he gives you blessings that you think independently. There is a choice. And then Quran gives another definition of Allah. هو خلق الباري المصور له الاسم الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والارض وهو العزيز الحكيم. He is Allah. Who is Allah? The fashioner or visioner of Mayers. You are the look. There are millions of discoveries. So this was the vision of the people. It is not Allah. You are there. And include when you make an vision, first of all you think your mind what I should do. Then you collect your ideas. Then when you buy the material, then you make cutting, grinding, smoothing, polishing, making equal by weight and volume like it's sculpted. Look, aircraft, so many people involved in that. To remove, this is the khalaqa, being. And being include cutting, grinding, everything. It's not a creation, it's a biblical. And then the second, first step, the Quran is giving that when you want to make the new thing, so first of all you are real, halakha, grinding, smoothing, polishing, not creation. And then the removal of false defects and imperfection. The second step, you cut it, and the second step, you remove the waste which is unnecessary, like the placenta waste product between the mother and the developing fetus. And this placenta is a source of oxygen. It gives the oxygen to the baby until it will not become mature near to a delivery. And then it separates itself. Or like a potter, when he takes some clay and then he revolves, wheel, and that's the thing he is removing to make the plate or making the glass. So this is al-Bari. So Quran has given that if you want, there are three stages involved for the development or for the new idea. First, wean, and wean include cutting, grinding, smoothing, polishing by weight, by volume, and al-Bari to remove the extra for finishing. The fashioner of patterns are the mastermind of mental images as well as the pattern in the mother womb after conceptional musawwar. This is a musawwar, animation. What happened in the mother womb? Khalaq, al-Bari, and then the final product. For him, all eminent and lofty laws are operating. This is going on. Al-Sama, proper noun. All the laws are controlling the mother womb and the child. To bring beauty, balance, and prosperity al-Husna, to remove all the deficiency. Look right after pregnancy, what happened? And this is the al-Husna, beautiful law. Remove all the deficiency of the baby as well as the mother. Struggle in glorification. That is why Quran says, struggle in glorification way, like a swimmer, or like the heavenly bodies revolving in their prescribed orbits. So Quran is saying struggle with glorification, with untiring struggle to implement these laws is for him, for his laws. It is scattered in the universe, in the patterns of lofty and degradation given laws. So his laws, if you will bring the result, go according to this law, lofty result will come. But else, if it is not, then you are so facing a degradation. Val samavad wal ardan does not mean the heavenly body. Val sama, proper known. The laws given in the Quran, and they are the same law, nature laws, which are according to the requirement of the supreme authority, supreme intelligent authority. This was the Quranic government. And he or his laws are the most powerful with the judicial authority. And these laws are very, very, you cannot change them. Now I'll give the translation of the Ayat Al-Kursi. Here is a possible correct translation of Ayat Al-Kursi from Surah Al-Baqarah. So this is Ibn Kathir, Yusuf Ali, they have all given this flit. What is you find in Yusuf Ali, This is actually, it is Imam Tabri did it, hadith based. So you can read yourself. I don't want to waste my time. Okay, now Allah's laws, the law giving person in the sole authority. Any person who made discovery, he has the sole authority. This is the meaning of Allahu la ilaha illallah. No other law except him. Whatever law he will give you, like the electricity, like the magnet, or you discover new thing, then you like microwave, they give you instruction to do this. You know? Yes. Evergreen, which gives life to dead nation. But this law should be the person or the male or female who are making this research. So they should be prosperous. They should give their life for the dead nation. This is which Allah is giving you. Put one seed, sow one seed in the earth. What happened? This is a lie. Give the life to death and self-sufficient. You do not need anything. Sufficient. Overtaken him, no slumber and laziness. La tahlutus. Look, when you travel from Canada to some other country by aircraft, you think any tahlutus sunnah? No, no laziness. It will be disaster. Not to sleep signifies trustworthy, it provides easiness to the mind. You are scared that this we will reach to our destination because the laws which are necessary for the peaceful traveling, they have already fulfilled by the co-pilot. So whatever is lofty and whatever in degradation. So there are both laws. If you dislocate yourself from the loftiness, it means, or any laws, it means you are going towards a degradation. Your society will be in a mess. Giving laws are working for him to bring the result. Lahu. There are so many laws. Look, you made the navigation system. For the shipping industry, you use the law of buoyancy, law of gravitational, everywhere. From the people, he is the one who intercede with him. Yes. Yes, the person who made the laws or who want to change, make some intercession. So what he will do? He cannot cross this or he cannot go against the supreme authority giving laws. Let me give one example. This water boil on 100 and freeze on 0. Now, if you want to change, the water should not boil on 100 or it should not freeze on 0, then you can intercede by putting ethylene glycol 50-50. Then this water, because ethylene glycol has the boiling point 170. So 50-50 means then water will, in your radiator, in car radiator or engine radiator, then this water will be boiled on 136 centigrade. You understand it? Or the same 50% anti-cooling or anti-freeze you are saying because the water freezing point is 0 and the freezing point of ethylene glycol is minus 170. Sorry, 70, minus 70. So if you 50-50, so your radiator will freeze on minus 36. That is why they call it antifreeze. And in Middle East country, they call it summer cooler. You can change that now. Like stainless steel, you mix nickel, another metal, but it is according to his law. But in the religion, there is no law. With him, intercede with him, accept by his consent. Illa bejne by his laws. He knows, and you also know, any person, what is before them and what is behind them. They know the temperature of the water is under, and the temperature of the boiling point of the flame glycol is under 70. So they know, then they mix it. Through the prescribed manner, illa mashallah, according to Allah's law. He has vast control over Vasil Kursi. So you are controlling these by his laws. This is the Vasil Kursi mean that you bring the new things and new sport and new, values to control the things by his lofty and degradation given laws. If you follow them rightly, if you if you will not mix water and ethylene glycol, what will happen? Your all radiator at zero, they will freeze. So you have come in degradation. And if you use, you are above that law. No problem. Is minus 36, your radiator will be okay. And he does not experience fatigue in preserving both lofty and degradation law. If you put 50% ethylene glycol, it will never happen that it will deceive you or your radiator will freeze. No, because the temperature of that ethylene glycol is minus 70. I have given one example. In a millions of ways you can mix the laws, but according to his yashfiu indahu, according to his laws, you can brother. Preserving both lofty and degradation law. Wallah yahudduhu fazahum. They will protect you. And he or his rules of economics and, and justice are extremely noble and full of determination. Wa wa ala al-azim. Not only in the physical world, but also in the economy. All these laws are available in the Quran. If you make, but you are busy in fasting and praying and you know useless discussions. Muhammad was died or alive, or how many children of Imam Hussain, what was Ali doing. So you are worshipping personality. So this is the meaning of Ayat Al-Kursi. And what our religious people make this, I have given the summary. Summary of the virtues of Ayat Al-Kursi in the sight of Islamic priesthood. The daily recitation of Ayat Al-Kursi in prayer provides spiritual protection from jinn. All this YouTube channel that you'll find, go and collect Ayat Al-Kursi. What the garbage they are saying. This is a garbage. Spiritual protection. What is spiritual? Spiritualism is a symbol of defeat or escapism. Jinn. There is no jinn. The evil are they are evil all they are minting money. And magic, there is no magic. And served as a means of entering paradise. There is no paradise. Ayatul Kursi is the greatest verse in the Quran, totally wrong. Every verse of the Quran is a beautiful, symmetry, balance, chaste. and eloquent language. I'm the student in the Quran, I'm giving you this. Ar-Rahman, go. Go Surah Al-Maryam. What a rhythm over there. It is more precious than the heaven and the earth. So they make heaven in somewhere else which is beyond our reach and earth. So they are all using this tool to make you fool, to suppress your ability of thinking. You will always think, where is this paradise, heaven? Reciting Ayat Al-Kursi before sleep grants divine protection throughout the night. There is no divine thing in this planet. Everything you can understand. Divinity is a great threat for you. The Allah said this. They are controlling you by this. Granted entry into Jannah is a promise to those who recite Ayat Al-Kursi after every first salah. Where is the first salah in Quran? Where is it in the Quran that Allah has promised that if you recite Ayat Al-Kursi after every salah, you will go in Jannah? Nothing. Ayat Al-Kursi is the pinnacle of the Quranic embodied Allah's supreme power and knowledge. This is totally wrong. I have given the translation of this Ayat Al-Kursi. So please go and make research on the Quran. You will find the supreme authority. Look, I have given evidence. Water will boil on. Nobody can change it. The lion will eat the meat. There is no freedom over there. He will prepare to die, but does not eat the grass. Similarly, deers, they will not eat the, flesh or meat. So these are the laws. We have to make research on these laws, and you can, within 2-3 years, the best species or the creature on this planet. For this, you have to change the entire system. First of all, replace all this religious leader or imam who are giving you khutbah. You don't know what is the meaning of the khutbah. 5 time prayers, it is not mentioned in the Quran. And make the research of the Quran over there. You cannot ask them questions. This is a living fossils. It's a symmetries. Get up. Try it. Thank you very much.